Hi, my name is Andres Sanchez. I am a business development executive at Mexicali DC. We are a nonprofit organization dedicated to attract and retain foreign investment into the city of Mexicali by helping companies through the process of establishing operations in Mexico. So our organization is conformed by many local companies dedicated to assist the industry, and today we are here with PIMSA Industrial Developers. So Phil, thank you for having us and receiving us at your offices.
No, thanks to you, Andres, and thank you for being here. And it's a pleasure for us to having you here in our main, where it all started in our main offices here in PIMSA 1.
Yeah, thank you, Phil. So can you tell us about your position at PIMSA and where and what did you study?
Well, I was born here in Mexicali. I'm an industrial engineer from Cetis University, and I also have a master in public administration from University of Manchester in UK. I was appointed like 7 months ago, the CEO of PIMSA. So I've been with the company for 6 years.
Thank you, Phil. So now, when PIMSA was founded and what services do you offer?
PIMSA is a pioneering industrial developer in the north part of Mexico. The company was founded 58 years ago, and it was created by 3 business entrepreneurs from Mexicali that saw the opportunity and what advantage they can take of the location of Mexicali by bringing U.S. manufacturing companies into our town. And also, besides creating a business, they saw an opportunity for economic growth of the city.
Thank you, Phil. That was really interesting, and I'm happy to hear that PIMSA is a local company of here in Mexicali. So now, what do you think are the main challenges companies faces through their process of establishing operations in Mexico?
I will sum it up in 2 factors. I think the first is the skilled labor. I think it's a global challenge. It's happening everywhere. I think there's a need in order to focus on education and develop the workforce in order to comply with what the market is requiring at the moment. As I mentioned, it's not specifically from Mexico or from our country. I think it's global. And the second one that has been a major challenge during the previous years, and the recent years, I will say it's energy. In order to you need to have the capacity. In order to have the capacity and the energy available when the company needs to establish its operation, it has been a headache for all the developers around the state and also across the country. That's for me. That's the 2 main challenges that we are facing when we're trying to bring an investment into our country and then into our community.
Thank you, Phil. That was, again, really interesting, and I'm sure energy is a big challenge here in Mexicali, but those things can be resolved easily. So now talking about that, can you tell us about a success story of one of your clients?
Yes, even though it will be kind of difficult since most of our clients have been with us for more than 25 years. We have several clients for more than 30 years. And one of the main clients, actually is our main customer, it's called NOV, National Oil Barco. It's a U.S. company based in Houston. It used to be a Fortune 500 company. They specialize in manufacturing equipment for the oil and gas industry. Actually, it was like 2 years ago, they're manufacturing like a derrick or a mast that goes exactly into an oil platform. And actually, they manufacture in here and they assemble here just to make a test. They disassemble in order to send it to Houston. And right now, that platform is in the Gulf of Mexico, and it's the world's deepest platform in the world. So it feels like cool and amazing to see that we contributed as a company in order to construct and deliver that amazing structure. It's really so you can see it on YouTube, and you can watch the videos, and you can see they built it over here in Mexicali. So it's kind of cool to take a look at that and see what the capabilities that the manufacturing skilled labor in Mexicali has to show to the world and can deliver to the world.
Thank you, Phil. It's really interesting to see what processes can be made here in Mexicali. And now, why do you consider NOV or any other company consider Mexicali as a strategic point for establishing operations?
I will say that I'll reduce it to 2 factors. The first of it I will say is location, which is golden rule for real estate, and it applies to this case. I will say our strategic location that we need to keep taking advantage of it is that we are near California, we're near Arizona, which are the main markets. California is the fifth economy in the world, and that's something that we need to keep taking advantage of it. And the second one is the skilled labor. Even though I mentioned it before that the labor has been a headache for many sectors around the globe, I will say the business environment developing here in Mexicali have created a synergy between the private sector, the academia, and also the government in order to develop the skill force that is being demanded by the market. I think it's very helpful to have different universities, private and local universities, and state universities that focus on developing the skilled labors that the manufacturing companies requires for still having their operations here in Mexicali.
Thank you, Phil. So now finally, apart from the manufacturing and the operations, what does Mexicali means to you personally?
Well, I would say that Mexicali is my life. I was born here. I grew up here. I study here. And even though I have studied and worked outside of Mexicali and even out of the country, I'm happy to say that there will be another place that I will live in. I'm proud to say that I'm a Cachanilla, and I have been here for more than 40 years. So I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy to work in a company that keeps trying to develop not only the economic sector of the Mexicali and the state, but also a socially responsible company.
Thank you, Phil, as well. I'm really proud to be of Mexicali, and I want the best for our city. And what would you tell companies or advise companies that are in the process of establishing operations in Mexico?
I will say to them, I will advise them to approach to Mexicali EDC in order to get all the information that they need in order to establish the operation according to the municipal, state, and federal entities. I have seen companies that they face more difficulties than they should because they're not well informed. They don't know where to go to. So I suggest strongly approach to Mexicali EDC. That will be a good partner or the best partner in town in order to get all the information they need and how to proceed in order to establish manufacturing operations here in Mexicali.
Thank you, Phil. I totally agree. Thank you for having us and taking your time.
Okay, no, thank you. Thank you for considering PIMSA for this interview.
Stay tuned for more interviews with the Mexicali EDC.